everybody, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing all right today. It's kind of a cold, rainy Sunday here in Arkansas, so I thought I would share with you the eyeshadow palettes that I bought in 2023. I'm not going to rank them, but I do have them grouped to make it easier. I'm putting like the more exciting things first. I've got them grouped by brand, and then the major quantity I have at the end. But it's not all the palettes I bought. I'm not counting the ones I pick up at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. That's a totally different video coming up. I've got a big, huge makeup haul. I don't know if I'll break it up into all palettes for one and then the makeup and the rest. Probably that's what I'll do. But these are the ones that I intentionally purchased, and then some I intentionally waited to come to TJ Maxx because they knew. But let's just start with the things that I had to have in 2023. I've got about 50 here, and I think it's a pretty exciting collection. So first up, I wanted to try What's Up Beauty. This is the Dragon Eye palette, and what drew me to it is the most beautiful exterior packaging. I love this greens, purples, kind of dark. Also the fact that it's made in Italy. I had to get it off of Amazon. I think it was about $49. And when I got it, I'm actually wearing it today. Tried it for the first time. And I was just expecting the outside packaging. So you can see I expected kind of a dark green of some sort, a dark purple, some glitter. And this right here is the darkest purple in the palette. And this green, it's kind of a blue-green duochrome, is the only one of that shade. So it doesn't look like the packaging. That was a disappointment. But I did try it today. It is beginner-friendly because everything is very sheer. You have to really build it up. I had to build up about 3 layers of the purple to get it this dark. I used this brown for a liner. And then I combined some of this silvery purple and then this green with my finger to create the look that I'm wearing today. So although I like it, I'm a little disappointed because it just doesn't look anything like in the palette. And for being Italian, I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't repurchase, put it that way. Okay, next up, my favorite single eyeshadow brand. This is the CLIONADH Deep Sea Treasures palette. I really like this. I can't remember how much it was, maybe $90. CLIONADH makes very expensive shadows. I only buy during Black Friday when they have their best deal, and I don't even, yeah, I did pick up some. I'll show you what I got, even though it's not a palette. But anyways, it does come with a mirror and just gorgeous, gorgeous shades. I think CLIONADH is, well, I don't think it, I know it. It's my #1 favorite brand. You can take any matte eyeshadow, throw on some CLIONADH, and you've really got something special. And I recommend doing that. You don't need a lot of different palettes. You can just buy some of your favorite single CLIONADHs and you can really amp up anything you want. Like I could take this palette and I could fix the What's Up Beauty palette. So anyways, this is Deep Sea Treasures. I think it's still available. Just go check it out, and I really love it. Beautiful, beautiful glitter, multi-chrome. So what I did buy during their Black Friday sale is I bought a small empty palette, and I bought all of the white inner corner highlight duochromes. Anyways, I made a palette of them, and then I put up here, I wrote my own little graph so I know what color they're gonna show up in the... Anyways, I really, really love those. So this is the only single eyeshadow that I buy, period. I don't buy singles unless it's CLIONADH. Okay, so next up, I was very happy this year. I brought back last year's Christmas palettes. They have the Merry Christmas palette and the Christmas Eve. And although I've purchased ODEN'S in the past, the Legendary Diversis series with Tina, Judy, and Annette, I really liked those, and I couldn't get these last year. They sold out. I was able to get them this year, and I'm really, really happy with them. The Merry Christmas palette, I did wear this Christmas. I want to say these are like $49. Really, really pretty traditional Christmas, greens, reds, gold, Just a gorgeous palette. I love that it has the black. Everything's highly pigmented. I apply the glitters and shimmers with a finger for the best impact, and it sold out again. So maybe they'll keep bringing it back or have it as a permanent thing, but I was so glad I was able to get it this year because I missed it last year, and I was sick about it. I was sick about it all year. And then this is their Christmas Eve palette, which is a more blue, and I really, really love it because I love a blue. Just look at this. This is just really, really gorgeous. Every look I've made with these two palettes has been spectacular, and highly recommend. This is really, really pretty. You got your blues, grays. They do look like Christmas, and the packaging is just really, really foiled and beautiful, and they do look Christmassy, and can't say enough good things about those ODEN'S eye palettes. They're really, really great. Let's see, what else did I pick up? From Nomad, I finally bought my first Nomad palette. Finally. It looks like a ghost town. It has a lenticular cover. Some people don't know what that's the word. When they change like this, that's lenticular. People don't know what that is, and that's the word for it. But anyways, really, really cool ghost town. Looks like weathered wood. It's got a large mirror in it, and I just love these muted shades of blues, greens, neutrals. I haven't tried it yet. A lot of these palettes, honestly, I haven't tried yet. I just bought them because they were highly recommended, and I trust that person's recommendation, and I can't wait to try it. Just the packaging on this was just so beautiful, and I love these muted shades. Especially this row of blues. That is just gorgeous. So really looking forward to trying Nomad. Another one that I got this year is the Adept Cosmetics Seahorse palette. Now this was really shocking because Adept, I think it's now made in China. It used to be locally made here in the United States, I think Colorado. But anyways, this was like a $125 palette or $129. They did give out coupons almost immediately after because of the outrage of the price. But it's pretty. It's silver. It's got a raised gold seahorse motif. And when you open it up, I just thought, I have some other Adept palettes and I like them, but I just don't like them. I think they're overpriced since they moved out of the country for manufacturing. When they were manufactured here, I could justify the price. That's when I bought all my original, like Plain Jane, Codan, all the palettes, the Heather Austin. But anyways, this one, I bought it because of the colors. It's very, very light, ethereal looking. I thought it would be perfect for spring. I could pair it with some of my favorite pastel palettes. And so I did get it as a companion because it is all shimmers and duochromes. And I was able to use one of those 20% off coupons, so I still paid about $100. And overpriced, but for the type of shadow it is, it makes sense, but beautiful. And I need to try this palette, right? It's gorgeous, but very, very light, buildable. Again, I think beginner friendly because it's not going to get away from you. You can build it up, and that's the way to go. And sometimes I like that, just a light wash of color, not anything too, just, swipe and go. So that's the Adept Seahorse palette, and very, very pretty. I did pick up one Patrick Ta palette. This is his all matte Major Dimension. I don't know if it's called Major Dimension 3. I think that would make sense. Really, really pretty. I'm not really, I've got the Viseart all matte neutral palette, which this kind of looks like to me, but I love Patrick Ta's cream formula. I love having the black. This black, I've got, the cream ones over here are definitely liners, which is fantastic. I love that. This black matte liner, this pigment goes for days. It did come a little bit broken, but that's okay. Just slightly broken, but just a gorgeous palette from Patrick Ta if you like neutrals, and very, very, very pretty. So happy to get that. I wanted to try something from HAUS Labs. These palettes do not have a good reputation, but I like her chrome packaging. It matches the packaging on her highlighters, blushes, and bronzers. This was, I think, $49.50, but because it's got kind of 3-star reviews, it went half price, and then I still didn't buy it, and then after Christmas they had another sale on sale, another 20% off. So out of the 2 palettes, I do like it, and I liked this color story, and I was like, you know what, I like Lady Gaga's stuff, I'm gonna pick it up. I did not care for the other color story at all that she had available, but this one I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, it's fine. And I do like the packaging, the mirror, the slim. It kind of reminds me of the old Marc Jacobs palettes that kind of look like surfboards. But anyways, wanted to try that. Also during that Sephora sale on sale, all the melt palettes go on sale. They did this last year too, and I picked up probably about 4 or 5 of them last year. But this was the one of the latest ones, the Melt Electrip. And so it was on sale, and then another 20% off. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. It's a fun palette. Has a lot of the shades that they always do, but it's got the reds, the oranges, the blues, the greens, and it still has some neutrals. So I think you can really do a lot with it, with the versatility. And I do like a good melt palette. The names are kind of funny because they're like, you know, around mushrooms and stuff like that. But I mean, that's typical melt. And I do like the shades. So that is the Melt Electrip. Doesn't have the greatest ratings, but I do like Melt Cosmetics. I have a big collection of their palettes, and I just wanted to add one to it. So that's fun. Let's see, this year from Glamlite, I only bought one online, but I think I did pick up a couple over at TJ Maxx and Marshall's that I'll feature later. But this is the Glamlite Barbie palette. Now, of course, it was the year of Barbie. You know what? I did find this at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. Well, I'm going to open it up and show it to you. I did find it over there. That's right. I didn't buy it on the website. Anyways, perfect summer palette. Gorgeous. I just love it. The blues, the pinks. I like the Glamlite formula. So there is the Glamlite Barbie palette. And yeah, I actually found it over at Marshall, so I got a deal on it. Okay, so next from Huda, I picked up this fall's palette, Pretty Grunge. And I selected Pretty Grunge over the Natasha Denona Xenon, and what else was doing? I mean, there were so many kind of color stories similar to this, but I didn't want a straight up black and white gray. It reminded me too much of Jeffree Star's cremated palette. I like this one because you have some warm shades as well as the cool shades. I love the blacks for the liner, and then she's got the creams, the shimmers, and then she's got the really foiled one, and then she's always got the kind of marbled shades. But that's Huda's Pretty Grunge, and every time I've used it, I've liked how the look came out. So for me this year, I tried more neutral palettes because it's what sells, that's what everybody loves, and I do look better in neutrals than I do in crazy colors. So I think it's just more flattering as far as beauty goes. So I'm trying to do more neutral palettes. So I mean, normally I wouldn't even, anyways, whatever. So that's that. Also from Huda, I finally picked up her Naughty palette. This was her palette last year or the year before. It's a really pretty kind of rosy mauve berry toned palette, which 2023 was totally the year of the pink palette. I like it because it has a little bit more oomph than the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2 rosy palette, which I do like that one. So I want to continue it on. It also reminds me of Urban Decay Naked Cherry, which I absolutely love. So I wanted to pick that up because I got it on sale. So that's what I got from Huda this year. From Natasha Denona, I did pick up the I Need a Nude palette. Now, I think I bought this with Ulta points. I don't think I paid for this. It was a little bit light for me, and I'm not really, I like a mid to dark tone palette with a bunch of range. You really just have the one dark shade here for the liner, and it reminds me a lot of, it's like a warmer version of Glam. I do like it, but I think I used Ulta points to buy it because I don't think I jumped on it when it came out. But the ratings are so good. Everybody says it's great. So, and I do like Natasha Denona. And I heard the formula is new in this too. So I think I tried it once. I don't know. I'm going to try it some more. But that is Natasha's I Need a Nude. Also from Natasha, this was the one that I really liked from her this year. This is her Yucca palette. Yucca is a plant, kind of like agave or whatever. But anyways, I really like the greens in here. I'm not the biggest fan of yellows and mustards, but I do like it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Metropolis from several years ago. I wish you would bring that format back, a mini 28 pan. But this kind of reminds me of Metropolis, and I do like the tones go well together. It's a really nice color story, and I do like it. Just not crazy about it, but for this year, I liked it better than anything else that she did. I love that Natasha's at Ulta now, so I can buy these palettes with my points. This is pretty. It's got some really good. It's another kind of a pinky palette, but it's a nice mix of berries, pinks. I like the blacks. I like the browns. It's a bit warmer, a darker pink palette, and I do like that. That's the Natasha Denona, My Dream. This one I was pretty excited about, and this was her mini Triochrome. Now this is nothing like, this is like an extra row for the Triochrome palette, which is discontinued. It's not even on our website anymore, which is really disappointing because I love the Triochrome palette. And luckily, I think I've got one backup of it. Maybe not, I don't know. But it's the purple, the green, and there are no blues in that palette. So it's nice, and I do like a blue eyeshadow. So yeah, this came out for Christmas this year. And I really do like it because I like a blue eyeshadow. So that's nice. Mini Triochrome. Then this, when I was up at Sephora this year, I did pick up the mini Starlit palette. I never got the original Starlit palette, but this looks really, really pretty. And again, another kind of a pinky toned palette. These are $27, and this one is still available. That's mini Starlit. Okay, so from Pat McGrath. No, I don't think there were any new motherships. Now, I bought some motherships just because there were no motherships to buy. I went back and bought the ones I didn't have. She did come out with Christmas, another palette. This is a Face and Eye palette. It's in the Bridgerton style cardboard packaging, which I don't care for at all. With the side ribbons, the big mega palettes that she came out with the last 3 Christmases before last Christmas. This was it. I bought it on sale on her website with a bundle that she had like 40% off. That's when I went back and I got these other palettes. So I got it on a deal. I do like her blushes, but I just am really, I want Pat to do one mothership a year if that's all she does. I don't know. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it, whatever. So what I did pick up was this one. Is Huetopian Dream, which is Mothership 9. And it's very, very similar to a lot of her other palettes. Divine Rose 2 comes to mind. I got this one, again, because of the 40% off sale, and it had this amethyst special shade that I wanted to try. So that's what I did. There's been no Pat palette, so I went back and I picked up the old ones that I never got. I picked up the original Divine Rose. This is Mothership 7. This is what started the pinky trend, but this is a cooler toned, more neutral, but this was the original Divine Rose palette, so I was happy to go back and get that. I also picked up, this is Mothership 10, Moonlit Seduction. Now this was one that has no special shades. I think maybe this was the first palette, Moonlit Seduction, that doesn't have special shades. This is kind of for like the grungy, oily type heroin chic looks. And it's got some really pretty glimmers and shimmers, but no special shades. So that was, I think, her first one of that, Mothership 10. And then the last Mothership I got, this is Mothership 11, Sunlit Seduction. And again, they look all the same. This one looks a lot like Huetopian Dream, except for now over here you've got the red and the gold. It also kind of looks like her Bronze Seduction palette, which is an excellent mothership to pick up if you don't have it. But, and again, the pinks, she's just getting so repetitive, and I know that's what sells, but I am, you know, I'm so let down by Pat McGrath this year. And I mean, I guess, you know, I mean, all things change. So it's changed. So it is what it is. But anyways, that's what I bought this year. So from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I did pick up the Fall Romance palette. It's got the fuzzy, old school, like subculture cover. And now again, they've taken the brush out, but a perfect fall palette. Really, really pretty. You've got everything you need for the dark greens, the dark reds, the browns, the grungy neutral tones. I just really love this palette, and her form, I like the bigger pans. The formula has changed. It's not as soft, but there is less fallout than her old formula that came with the brushes. So I like this so well that I went back and I picked up Cosmos, because I had looked at Cosmos in store, but I was on the fence about it. I might have used points to buy this too as well. Again, it comes with a mirror, but I like the color story on it. I like this really, the sparkly blue and the pink. I think it would be pretty for spring, but you can use it for whatever, because it does have this dark blue, which is really pretty. And then you do have the black, which I love. The only thing that I think about this palette is that the mattes don't really go with the shimmers, because these are more warm toned. And then these are, I don't know, I think you kind of need like a lighter blue, or I mean just a neutral kind of a taupe bone shade would go better than these warmer mattes. But anyways, that's Cosmos, and it does make some really pretty ethereal, outer worldly look. So that's what I got for Anastasia this year. I've got about halfway through, but those were like the really kind of, you know, upper priced palettes. For affordable, I got 4 palettes from Juvia's Place. The first thing, and I got all of these on sale. You can always, they go on sale like I think maybe 40% off, and then use a coupon. This is the Garden of Juvia's. I think this is really pretty for spring, and I like, you know, the gradient of the pastels on the front and the back. It's really, really a pretty palette. And on the inside, this is almost a dupe for the Natasha Denona pastel palette. The only thing is this has purples that the Natasha palette doesn't. So if you wanted to get the Natasha Denona pastel palette, this Garden of Juvia's is a pretty close dupe that you can get, but with the bonus of having some pastel purples. So that's why I got this. It's a nice companion palette. And if you have those two, I mean, you're good for spring. Another great pastel palette from Juvia's. And I also got, I thought this was so pretty. Again, I've been looking at neutral palettes more. This is the Coffee Shop. Got it on sale. And I like this one because it's the darker browns, golds, and coppers. Actually, what this reminds me of is a cross between the Natasha Denona Sunset palette and, well, it kind of looks like Biba as well. But anyways, I love these dark chocolates, and I just like a darker eyeshadow in general. I like darker eyeshadow more than lighter eyeshadow. But so this is really, really pretty. And that's the Coffee Shop from Juvia's. I also picked up, I saw these in store and I must have looked at them. I went over to Ulta one day. These were on sale, and I got Culture and Culture 2. These are just beautiful. When I saw this one, this is regular Culture. I thought that is the most perfect summer palette I've ever seen. You have every summer neon that you could ever think of. You've got your yellows, your greens, your oranges, your hot pink, your blues, your purple. This is like, if I could only have one summer palette, this looks very, very beautiful. And that is Culture. And I was like, wow, that is gorgeous. I had to have it. Just, whew, rainbow of everything. And then they came out with Culture 2, which, again, this is more of like a fall palette. I thought you've got your olive greens, your dark greens. You still have got a lot of the shades, but they're a little bit more darker mid-tone. You've got a nice dark berry here, the forest green. You could use this for Christmas. You've got the golds, just, I mean, just so pretty. This is Culture 2, and just Juvia's place is just that, like Colourpop, it's just bang for your buck, very well priced palettes. And speaking of Colourpop, that brings me to the #1 brand that I bought this year. And I've got like 23 Colourpop palettes here. So if you're not into Colourpop, thanks for watching so far. You can click off the video here. But I did some damage with Colourpop this year because they just have the best Black Friday sales. They have the $9, the $14 9-pan palettes. You can get them for $9. So I got a whole bunch of those. I probably got about 10 of them here. And then they have also a day where they have their mega palettes on sale. I actually got one mega palette for free, and then they've got some mid-size. So let me show you all the things I got from Colourpop this year. And okay, first things first, By the Rosé. I love this 9-pan. This is spectacularly beautiful, and for the year of the pink palettes, it is just the best. What I love about this, I used to just grab a couple brushes, take this, I'd put it in my coat pocket, get to work, and this was my dupe for the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2, because you have just the most beautiful mattes, shimmers. You can just really bling it up. They're just, whoever does the color stories for Colourpop needs to be commended and given a raise, because there's always everything you need to do a complete look. There's always a dark shade, there's always light shades, there's always shimmers, sometimes there's chunkier glitters. You cannot beat a Colourpop palette for the money, especially since BH Cosmetics has gone away. I mean, the original one. Then this is my go-to brand to take the place of BH, which I still use my BH palettes. I still love them. I used Paris a lot this year. But anyways, By the Rosé by Colourpop. Next, this is the Of Quartz palette. This is so pretty. I keep saying the same things over and over. But a cool tone. You've got your grays, you got your black. It kind of reminds me of a cool tone that's coconut. But Of Quartz, a gorgeous, gorgeous 9-pan. Petals En Pointe. I was on the fence about this one, but I just decided, you know, it's really, really pretty. You've got some really pretty light pinks. You got a mint green, a perfect spring palette. You do have a darker, almost a charcoal that you can use for a liner, and then you've got kind of like a little lavender. So that is Petals En Pointe. Another nice little 9-pan from Colourpop. Over, I think I found this. This is a Super Bloom, a green palette. I think I got this over at Target, because Target, Colourpop came to Target and they had all of these palettes over there with the see-through top. This was one of them, and I'm a sucker for a green palette. So that is Super Bloom, and you can get that. I mean, you can get it on the website, but you can get that at Target. It's really kind of close to Sage the Day. I picked up that one as well. More olivey tones, not as bright. But anyways, that is a really pretty olive, just a great color story. You've got your browns, you've got your liners, you've got your light shimmers, you've got a couple of great transition shades. And that is Sage the Day. I got a whole stack of purple. I like purple eyeshadow, and Colourpop came out with some great ones. This one is the All Amethyst palette. This was over at Ulta, and this was right at the beginning of the year, the end of Christmas. Really, really pretty. I love that. Again, great color story, great selection of shades, lights, darks, mediums. You've got a dark burgundy here you can use for a liner. That's the All Amethyst from Colourpop. Lavish. Oh, love this one too. This is a great spring palette. All the beautiful cool tone. Oh, I just dug my finger in there. All the beautiful cool tone shades of lavender. It's a very blue based purple. I really, really love that. Gorgeous, gorgeous cool tone. That is Lavish. Next, in a Trance. This is pretty. This is a spring palette. You've got a little bit of everything. You've got your pastels, you got pink, baby blue, purple, you've got a couple whites, you've got some icy shimmers, and A Trance. That's a really pretty, it's not a purple palette, but that's a great spring palette, and another winner from Colourpop. Plum Szn, Plum Szn, I don't know what it is. Another one. Now, this is your red base purple palette, more berry and pink shades. This was over at Target. I thought it was so pretty, so I picked that up. And here's another one, Vibe Check. Another mix of berries and pinks. So pretty. Love that. I cannot turn down a Colourpop palette. They're just perfect. You can just grab one and go. And I mean, they're just perfect for travel. They're just perfection. This one was kind of odd. I don't know what the name of it was, but this is a vibe. Maybe it was, I don't remember. But anyways, I got it and I was like, wow, this is all single pans. So this is a empty magnetic palette that Colourpop filled up with these shades, so you can take them out and move them around. But I like this idea because you can take them out and put whatever you want to in there. But yeah, again, just a really pretty pink palette. Can you hear my dog snoring? That's Cookie. She's snoring. Cookie, quit snoring. This one's Heavy Petal. These palettes are the larger size, and I might have even got this one for free, but there was, if you bought X dollars, you got a free Heavy Petal palette or something. I don't know. I bought it. I liked it. There it is. So, and then I also got Ctrl Alt Glam. Another good spring pastel with lots of shimmers, pinks, berries, pop of blue, white. I mean, Colourpop dupes themselves over and over again, but they just do it so well. This is one of my favorite 12 pan that came out this year. This is Troublemaker. I just love the color story on this. This is gorgeous. This is a cool tone Dream with the grays, pinks, just everything is, it's just so complimentary. That is just a gorgeous, gorgeous color story. And I like a gray eyeshadow every once in a while. It's beautiful. This is Year of the Barbie. This is the Malibu Barbie palette. I had to get that because I'm a big Barbie fan. I loved the movie. I love Margot Robbie. So this is the summer palette, and I'm pretty sure I got this on sale. I think they were trying to get rid of them. Yeah, I'm a Barbie fan, so perfect for summer. Blues, pinks, just really, really pretty. So I like this size of palette from Colourpop, and I like the number of shades, these 15 pans, super nice. So let's see, a few more Colourpops. For Halloween, they came out with a collab with Disney, Welcome Foolish Mortal. I was surprised it doesn't have a mirror because for Colourpop, this was an expensive palette. It was limited edition. I do like the color story, but I don't think it's so different from any other Colourpop color story. I was actually a little disappointed. I mean, it's gonna be fine, but it just looks like a regular Colourpop palette.
But it doesn't look like anything.
Karma's a bitch. Oh my God, I'm covered with white powder. Or did, yeah, look, this one just fell out all over me. Am I covered with, oh my God, it's all over my table. Oh my God, it's probably all over my face. You know what? I'm almost done, so I'm going to keep going because it's white, but there is white powder. It looks like there's cocaine on. Oh my, here, let me just scrape some up here. Oh my God, that is not savable. That just burst into a million pieces. I'm covered in white. Luckily, hey, they did break my palette, so I have another one around here somewhere, and I think the white shade's intact. So I'll just scoop this up there and put it back in with some, melt it back together with some. Okay, next, let's just keep going. I'll fix my palette later. All right. Seriously? We're almost done, so I'm just going to keep going. Not a Box of Chocolates. This is so pretty, and this got me to get the Coffee Shop. I like this one better than Coffee Shop. Again, no mirror, but look at these shades. Just beautiful. That is just beautiful. I just really, really like this. Looks like Natasha Denona Sunset the most. A lot of people raved about it, neutral people, so I bought it. I've got some big palettes next. This is the Aurora Struck. Now, when this came out, these mega palettes, I don't really care for mega palettes so much, but this is so spectacularly beautiful. These are what, $35? This is all the shades, no mirror, all the shades of green, pink, blue, and purple, but they're very pastel-y, very ethereal, very mermaid-like. I thought this was just so gorgeous. I was on the wait list forever to get this when it came back in stock. Finally, I got it, and I want to say this is my most favorite color story of any Colourpop Mega. I have a bunch of the Colourpop Megas. Aurora Struck is my #1 favorite. It's just beautiful. I love the packaging. It looks like the Aurora Borealis Northern Lights. And yeah, just A+. Love that. So pretty. Next, I also picked up, this is when they were having their Black Friday buy a palette and get the brush roll for $40. Yeah, that's right, because these are $35. So it's like getting the brush roll for $5. Smoking Roses. I really like that. All the pinks you'll ever need. Actually, I think a lot of the 9 pans are probably made up with shades pretty similar to these. So if you have these, you don't need the others. And these have all the fun shade names after rock and roll bands from the 80s. And I am a 1980s rock and roll girl. So it was a lot of fun for me to have the palette just for the shade name. So that's Smoking Roses. Next, Smoking Hot. Now this palette I actually got for free. It was an Ulta Diamond Members Point perk. If you spend so many dollars, you get a free Colourpop Smoking Hot palette. And this reminds me a lot of Urban Decay Naked Heat. But I thought, hey, I'll buy some product to get a free one of those. So I did, and it wasn't that much. I think I only had to spend $50 or something to get that. So it must have not sold very well. I think their 9-pan rock palette was made from this. But a lot of really pretty warm tones, oranges, berries, just bronzy, just really, really, really pretty. So anyways, that's Smoking Hot, and I got it for free, so got lucky there. Now these palettes were bought on recommendation. Of course, I'm talking about Colourpop Bare Necessities. So this is all of your neutral shades, your golds, your browns, your bones, just everything that you need to duplicate just about any neutral palette out there. You can see, I mean, you can do so much with this. Really, really pretty. And I'm sure I got it on sale. But that is the Bare Necessities. And then last but not least, I bought the Colourpop Stone Cold Fox. I prefer cool tone shadows. So these are your lighters, your grays. And I just think with these two together, you really have everything you need to do any neutral look that you want. So Stone Cold Fox and Bare Necessity, I'm pretty much all set. Let me tell you, of all the palettes I bought this year, the one I used the most was my original Urban Decay Naked palette. I want to start a drive for them to remake the original Urban Decay Naked palette. It's just the best. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this one. My name is Jackie. Please like, subscribe, leave me a message. Let me know, what was your favorite, most used eyeshadow palette of 2023? I've got playlists with lots more content. You can look up my favorite eyeshadow palettes from several years back. I've got all kinds of TJ Maxx, Marshall's makeup videos, collection videos, all kinds of stuff. I just turned 60, so if you're in my age bracket, you know, that's kind of cool. We're still out here, and we're still into beauty and slaying it. And yeah, have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.